Now, where people end up a little bit less informed, I think, gets into a conversation on what I would call iniquity. And for instance, throughout the Bible, you have multiple locations, including the book of Daniel, the book of Deuteronomy, where you see that the words, the actual terms, sin, transgression, and iniquity are being listed as separate line items. And this follows from Hebrew to the Greek. And while we understand the sin, like hamartia in Greek, is to miss the mark, transgression and iniquity have even more robust, I think, ideologies behind them. Transgression is like a revolt, and iniquity is literally to pervert. And the idea is that while you may start with sin, like in the book of James, it says when sin is full grown, it brings forth death. So sin can actually grow. And as it grows, you may have a person that, they have a problem with lying here and there. But when they give their life over to it, their affections over to it, their conscience gets seared, it becomes a transgression. They actually expand that. Now they have committed their life to that lifestyle choice. And the way that I look at it, once you go far enough in that, it actually embeds itself into the genetic code. And this is why I believe that. Because in the book of Deuteronomy, it says that God visits the iniquity of the fathers upon the children and the children's children to the third and fourth generation. It does not say the same thing of sin or transgression. So what happens is when a person goes deep enough into this thing, suddenly they gain the ability to pass that problem to their offspring genetically. So you'll follow a family bloodline and you'll be like, wow, the grandfather was an alcoholic, son's an alcoholic, his kid's an alcoholic, and it just follows the family tree. Same thing with, adultery. It'll be like, well, the granddaddy was an adulterer, his son was an adulterer, now Junior is an adulterer. Like it just, what's happened is that when we talk about iniquity, the perversion, that is the DNA change that happens in response to sin's influence on the human vessel. And so it becomes a more complex challenge at that point, because when you're dealing with a person that's in bondage to certain spirits, not because of just, a mistake that they made, but because of the iniquity in their bloodline, then it gets deeper, because now you're undoing actual genetic aspects of what's at work in them.